Thank you. Hey everyone, am I audible? And that was really amazing. One of the best I've ever seen. Uh, to give you a glimpse about myself, हुकअप के ज़माने में हुकअप करते करते सच्चा यार ढूंढ रहा हूँ. मैं हिपोक्रेट हूँ जनाब, सच्चा प्यार ढूंढ रहा हूँ. एंड आप लोगों को एक ट्रॉमा बताना चाहता हूँ विच हैपेंड रिसेंटली. मेरा बम्बल ब्लॉक हो गया. एंड दैट वाज वेरी सैड डे मोमेंट. मुझे ऐसा लगा जैसे कि हाउ ओम वुड हैव फेल्ट व्हेन दैट सॉन्ग केम, छन से टूटे कोई सपना, और व्हेन बनी वुड हैव फेल्ट व्हेन दैट सॉन्ग केम, कबीरा, और जॉर्डन व्हेन नादान परिंदे घर आजा, और विकी कौशल व्हेन ही सेड ये दुख खत्म क्यों नहीं होता है. And it just made me think that Bollywood talks a lot about love, but it hardly talks about this mystical kind of love that people think it exists and they can make it work, but it never works. It's called as long distance relationship. Anyone heard of it? Yeah. We all think it works, but just it's a matter of time. So to describe it, I think it has 3 to 4 stages. First one is assumption and foreseen, where you assume that how it's gonna end. You mentally plan yourself and you prepare yourself for it. The second part is denial, when you say, you accuse yourself, each other, and say it's not gonna happen. That's the denial part. There's an acceptance part where you're like, okay, maybe blessing in disguise. And the last part is realization, that why it happened and what we can do now. So this particular poem is called as 1% battery left, because the only source of long distance relationship is your phone, and it always has just 1% battery left in it. So it goes like, first the assumption and foreseen part. In the synergy of days when neither you talked nor I called, in the synergy of days when there's no argument left, still we fought. In a desire when the world is standstill, somehow I know we won't last. In a desire when the world is standstill, somehow I know we won't last. Soon there will be trivial disagreements. You'll shout and I listen. No doubt, no desire to respond, no intention to hurt. Nevertheless, soon we'll scar each other for a lifetime. Nevertheless, soon we'll scar each other for a lifetime. Now the part is accusation, when we are accusing each other, denial. You'll say that's how people are. We all change, and darling, that's not even a lie. Soon you will say that I shouldn't have trusted, I shouldn't have opened up, I shouldn't have kissed, and I shouldn't have called you mine. Darling, I wish I could just go back in time. Darling, even if I could go back in time, I would still have lived all the emotions and all the tangled memories. I still would have slept with you on the other end of the call, hearing your yawns, feeling your breath, you asking me to cut the line, and I, hoping that even if I insist, you won't. I would have still waited for your morning makeover look. That's a long distance person thing. When you share each other's morning makeover look. Skipping a beat over your chicken curry kurti, one jhumka at a time. Now this acceptance part. We did the denial, we'll do the acceptance. Would have forever been your eternal sunshine or spotless mind. Would have forever been your eternal sunshine or spotless mind, stealing memories. Darling, I would have lived in eternity only if I could go back in time. Yet, in all the possibilities and in all the permutations, there's always you and I. In all the possibilities and all the permutations, there's always you and I. This is precisely where we part. This is the moment where precisely we'll part. This is the crossroad where it rains, and one of us will say it's just a matter of time. This is the crossroad where we'll contemplate who's gonna leave whose hand, who's gonna block whom, who's gonna hide whose DP, things like that. So this is the crossroad where we'll contemplate who's gonna leave whose hand. Yet, darling, remember, we left holding hands long ago. In the synergy of days where neither you talked nor I called, in the synergy of days when there's no argument left, still we fought. Now the realization part, like why this happened, like we were so good. I thought we were the best couple out there. Then why this happened? In simpler terms, we have learned to be happy without each other. In simpler terms, we have learned to be happy without each other. On the coldest of days when I wanted to behold you, you were busy posting stories of these new friends that suddenly have emerged. When you mentioned you wanted to talk, I was angry on the issues I no longer remember. Remember how I don't even ask you how was your day. I just wonder why don't you ask me all that's been fading away. In simpler terms, we have learned to be happy without each other. What, why, where, how, who, they, when is it that so? I wonder, I, we, you, don't you dare to I apologize. There are a lot of words I want to start my sentence with. What, why, where, all these words that I want to ask you, all those questions I want answers from you. But what's the point? I want to sit next to you. I want to hold your hand with your shoulder over my head, the sun setting back, and the sea breeze playing with your hairs. But what's the point? There's a lot both said and unsaid. But what's the point? There's just 1% battery left. Like always, good night, sweet dreams, take care. Calm is the place that has heard so many cries. Thank you, everyone.